Kongrenin birinci oturumuna Sabic Pazarlama Müdürü Mr. Tymon sunumuyla başlayacağız. Daha yeşil bir gelecek için inovatif malzeme çözümleri başlıklı sunumunu yapmak üzere Mr. Tymon kürsüye davet ediyorum. Mr. Tymon, please.
Good morning. My name is Tymon Moore, and I'm the Business Development Manager for Sabic's Innovative Plastics Business Unit. I'm based in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and I've got geographical responsibility for the Middle East and Africa. I'd like to thank the Congress for allowing Sabic to be here today to talk about some plastic solutions we offer. And I'd also like to thank Emre Gerdal, Regional General Manager for Innovative Plastics, based here in Turkey, for inviting me to Istanbul. It's been a great trip. So, the agenda today that I'm going to cover is on the page, but what I want you to be thinking about as I'm going through content is how these solutions can be applied to your day-to-day activity. No matter what capacity you're in the plastics industry, if there's a technology or a thought process that you see here that you think applies to you or your customers' expectations, we'd love you to come up to us and have a further discussion. As it says, sustainable solutions require a partnership. If we create a product that you don't need, it doesn't create a solution. And the most longevity solutions that we provide happen when we work together. So I wanted to start with a quote from Mr. Ahmadi, Sabic's CEO. He's also the chairman of Sabic's Sustainability Council. And you can see his words here. He's very passionate about sustainability. And it's more than just a buzzword at Sabic. And this is reinforced by the fact that we announced our first ever sustainability report last week as a corporation. And this is a major milestone for us because it allows anyone to take a look at how we operate at the corporate level, within our business units, day-to-day operations, and from a product level, and how it relates to the environment. More importantly, this gives us a benchmark to measure ourselves in the future as how we're affecting the environment in a positive way. So if you'd like to learn more about Sabic as a corporation, you can go to www.sabic.com, and there's a sustainability tab there where you can see the actual annual report. Now, I wanted to make sure everybody understood the structure within Sabic. So we have 6 strategic business units, or SBUs, and you can see them across the page here. As I mentioned, the group that I'm involved in is the Innovative Plastics SBU, and we focus on engineering thermoplastics. So the scenarios and examples you're about to hear relate directly to engineering thermoplastics and how we, with our partners, have come up with creative solutions that have a positive impact on the environment. Now, over the next few slides, I wanted to show a couple of graphics of very impactful, recognizable applications. And we wanted to start with the Range Rover Evoque. So this model is 35% lighter than any other Range Rover model that's been developed. And Innovative Plastics is happy to say that we provided an environmental sustainable solution in this with our Xenoi IQ product. What we were able to do was develop with Range Rover an energy absorber, which traditionally was metal, and allows for weight out, which improves mile per gallon in fuel efficiency. So we're very proud of this success. Safety glasses, traditionally in glass, polycarbonate, and now we're happy to say that we're continuing to push the envelope with a product we call Lexan HFD. You'll hear more about that product in the coming pages, but what this enables you to do is create your parts with thinner wall designs, which means your parts consume less plastic, and therefore, where this product ends up, it has less of an impact on the environment. For stadium roofing, within our specialty sheet and film business, we create multi-wall polycarbonate sheeting that provides an alternative to traditional roofing materials in stadiums. And this product provides insulative properties. It's transparent, so it lets light through, and it's much lighter weight, so it provides a total system solution from a sustainability perspective. And last but not least, a product we just developed is called Lexan BIPV. This is a multi-wall polycarbonate sheet that has photovoltaics sandwiched in between it. And this is a dual-purpose product. You can see the walkway that provides shelter from the weather, as well as providing a product that creates energy. So it's a dual-purpose win in certain applications, and we're very proud of this one. Now, from a sustainability perspective, what we try to achieve as a business is we want to provide the goods that the market asks for, that you ask for, while reducing our overall environmental footprint. And as you hear these examples and you hear the presentations today, what I challenge you with is, when you come up with a solution or an idea, you need to make sure that it has an economic, an environmental, and a social balance. Because without a good balance, the solution you come up with won't satisfy all parties involved needs. If it's skewed one way towards the economic objectives, it won't meet the sustainability requirements, so on and so forth. So this is something we try to keep in the forefront of our mind. Now, from a megatrend perspective, we keep a 30-year horizon in front of us and try to keep our eyes on what's happening long term. And you can see on the left-hand side, population's going to increase over the next 30 years. The amount of plastics that are produced are expected to double. We've got cars increasing to 3 billion on the road. Raw material prices will continue to increase. And the demand we're putting on the environment, which today is about 1.5 times what the world can provide, will go to 2.5 times if we don't impact the change on a large scale. And what Sabic does is we look at that from an operational perspective. How do we make sure we reduce our footprint and how we make our materials? But we also look at that from a customer perspective. How do we make sure our products enable our customers to provide a sustainable solution to the market space? And for today's benefit, I'm going to focus on the consumer customer-facing products as we go through some examples. But if you care to learn about the operational piece, feel free to consult the annual sustainability report I mentioned. So I wanted to get everybody grounded on a term that you'll hear throughout the presentation, and this is life cycle analysis, or LCA. And this is a methodology we subscribe to. And what it does is it forces you to take a look at how your products affect the environment from the point where it's manufactured, which is where we come in, all the way till where the product's going to end up, whether it's landfill, recycle, or incineration. And as a material supplier, it would be very easy for us to stop here and say, once we make the product, what our customers do with it doesn't matter. But instead, this forces us to say, how do we create a solution for the entire chain? Now, engineering thermoplastics specifically, what we needed to do as a business was quantify how we thought we could affect, with our product offering, the environment. And we've borrowed a design that was created for a group called Design for Sustainability. And we modified it a little bit to identify 5 key areas where we think engineering thermoplastics can play a critical role. I'm going to walk through each of these 5 at a high level, and then I'm going to give you a few examples of how our products actually achieve this. So what we try to do is understand how we can improve our materials at the manufacturing level. How do we make sure the components we're putting into our raw materials are better suited for the environment? And you'll see some eco-FR solutions we provide, as well as increasing both the number of products and the amount of recycle that are in our materials. We try to make things more efficiently. We try to provide solutions with our customers to create thinner wall designs or consolidate parts or figure out a way to get a product to market faster so that we have less of an impact overall. We try to enable using things more efficiently, and the automotive industry is a good example there. How do we continue to push the envelope from a product perspective and reduce miles per gallon and increase fuel efficiency? Making things last longer is something we're definitely passionate about. And in this specific example here, you've got an LED retrofit, which is best-in-class technology. It's much longer than what the normal technology is today. And with our product, Conduit, it's a thermally conductive engineering thermoplastic. And it actually takes heat out of the equation and allows the bulb to last longer. So we take an already best-in-class product and enable that lifespan to continue. And then last but not least, we try to figure out how we can recycle more. And we're actively looking at closed-loop recycle opportunities around the globe. And specifically, I know the appliance market is big in Turkey. And if there's anybody in the room that has an idea or a plan or a thought around how an appliance closed-loop recycle process would work, we'd be more than happy to explore that with you. So I'm going to use the model that we developed as a key as we go through the rest of the presentation. The next few examples are how we improve materials. So what you have here are 3 different products on the page. On the left-hand side, you've got Velox PBT. The middle, you've got Naril PPO. And on the right, you've got Lexan polycarbonate. These are products that we've made for years, but we've continued to improve our portfolio to meet the market and our customers' demands. So in this scenario, we've got products that are FR, but they're eco-FR, non-brominated, non-chlorinated. And you can see the specific examples and attributes that make each of these unique. But the point I wanted to come across was we continue to evolve and turn our portfolio to make sure we're either meeting or exceeding the environmental regulatory demands that we see within the plastics industry. Lexan polycarbonate CFR, or clear flame retardant, is the cousin of the technology you just saw. So we provide a clear eco-FR solution for anybody that needs a transparent material. You can see that you have higher flow versus standard polycarbonate. You can design thinner walls while maintaining your FR performance versus standard polycarbonate, and you get your eco-FR label compliance. And from a converter and a plastics industry perspective, it increases design freedom. It allows you to drop it into your current polycarbonate tools, so no tooling requirement changes required. And ultimately, you get higher yield and productivity, which is the sustainable solution at the molder. So we're very proud of this material. It allows us to play in market spaces where we couldn't before. Now, from a make things more efficiently perspective, what you have here is the evolution of a mobile phone. The left-hand side, many years ago. The right-hand side, you see the trend going from large parts to thinner wall, lighter. And for this to be possible, technology has had to advance over the years. That's electrical technology, IT technology, but also plastics technology. Because if material suppliers don't stay in lockstep with the consumer electronics industry, for instance, we don't have plastics that enable that thin wall design, or that FR performance, or the impact and chemical resistance that's required. So we're very proud that we've played a role in this transformation and others in parallel industries over the past years. Now specifically, I mentioned to you Lexan HFD. This is polycarbonate high flow ductile. And this is a product that enables our customers to do 30 to 50% thinner wall while maintaining the impact properties that polycarbonate is known for. And in this graph, you can see Lexan HFD versus standard polycarbonate. And from a sustainability perspective, this is important because our customers and OEMs can now design parts that are 30 to 50% thinner and lighter. From a total systems and a life cycle analysis perspective, that means that we're creating 30 to 50% less product for this application, which means we reduce our footprint. But when this product goes end of life, whether it's to a landfill or incinerator, this has 30 to 50% less product in it as well. So you get the benefit on the back end also. And this is one that's very interesting. It's another automotive example. On the left-hand side of the page, you've got a front-end module that's made with steel and nylon 6/6 today. And this is widely adopted technology and very innovative versus what a front-end module used to be. On the right-hand side, you've got a product that Sabic developed called Staymax, which is long glass fiber filled polypropylene. What this product enables you to do is, working with OEMs, we're able to consolidate parts, improve design, and maintain the mechanical performance that are required in this application while reducing the overall weight of the part. And to take 2.5 kgs of weight out of one component in an automobile is a significant improvement and has a significant benefit to energy efficiency, fuel efficiency. Now, from a life cycle perspective, this is how these two applications stack up. The yellow bar is steel and nylon 6/6. The blue bar is Staymax long glass filled polypropylene. And you can see from manufacturing, which is where Sabic comes in, the footprint impact, fabrication, which is where our customers come in, use, which is the benefit here is based on the reduce in weight, end of life, where you've got a bit more recyclability for the plastic, and ultimately you end up with a 48% improvement on the environment in this application. Now, for using things more efficiently, I wanted to show this example because this is a testament to pushing ourselves day in and day out to find creative solutions. Traditionally, in these types of applications on the left, you would use die-cast aluminum to provide EMI RFI shielding, electromagnetic interface shielding. And die-cast aluminum is a great product for certain applications. But in this scenario, we found a niche where we could introduce a product called Faradex. And Faradex is an engineering thermoplastic that contains stainless steel and provides the EMI RFI shielding required for these applications while increasing productivity because it's injection moldable, reducing weight versus die-cast aluminum, and providing a colorable solution in the machine, which means you don't have the volatiles from a painting process and additional steps in order to come up with a finished product. Ultimately, what that yields is about a 50% reduction in footprint at an application level in this scenario. Now, if you don't have a part or you're not in a market space where electromagnetic interface shielding is important, that's okay. What I want you to think about is, do you have situations where you'd like to take weight out of a part? Do you have situations where you'd like to maintain performance but make the part smaller? If so, if we don't have a ready-made solution, we'd be happy to work on one with you to create a better environmentally friendly product. Now, recycle more. I wanted to spend a bit of time on post-consumer recycle. What we see is you've got three groups that affect post-consumer recycle. You've got governmental regulations, you've got NGOs, and you've got voluntary eco-labels. And what these three groups is, they work in parallel to help define what the post-consumer recycle content should be in plastics. And from a supplier perspective, these groups are invaluable because it helps us understand where the industry is going and have our portfolio meet and exceed those needs when they become effective. So what I wanted to show you here was our existing post-consumer recycle portfolio. And all I want you to take away from this is, as you move across the page, there's an increased level of post-consumer recycle in the products. And down the left-hand side, you've got polycarbonate, PCABS, PC blends, PPO, and PBT. The areas that are green with a check mark are commercially available technologies. And the areas that are yellow are things that we're currently developing with our customers to create a commercial technology. So if you have an immediate need today, your customers or market are demanding a post-consumer recycle containing material, we've got ready-made off-the-shelf products we can help you position. And if we don't, we'd be happy to develop one with you. Now, a specific post-consumer recycle containing product I wanted to highlight is IQ technology. I mentioned it in the Range Rover Xenoi IQ example. This is Velox IQ, PBT. And the reason this is exciting is traditionally when you would take recycle, you would collect it, you would regrind it, compound it back into a plastic part, and the end result from a material perspective is a product that doesn't have as good of mechanical, FR, and temperature performance as a virgin product because it's seen an extra heat history. Well, what we've done is we've provided a technology, created a technology here called chemical upcycling. And on the left-hand side of the page, this is the exact process we follow to make Velox PBT. On the right-hand side of the page, for IQ products, we start with recycle. We take water bottles like this, we break them down chemically, we add them with PET bales and flakes, and then ultimately polymerize and compound them. We effectively reduce the need for DMT, and we end up with a product that contains post-consumer recycle, but maintains the performance from mechanical, a heat, and an FR perspective, very similar to what a prime product is. So we're very proud of this material. An example where this is in use is an electrical vehicle charging station made by Leviton. They came to us a few years back and said, we want to create a product that is sustainable and environmental friendly, which is an EV charging station, and we'd like to claim that the product used in this is an environmental solution as well. So we developed a grade of Velox IQ for them for the housing on this EV charging station. And what you end up with is the gray bar is standard Velox PBT, and the blue bar is Velox IQ PBT, and the environmental impact and footprint comparing the two. So this is a nice example where if you use PBT today and you want an alternative that's more environmentally friendly, or if you have your customers asking about a post-consumer recycle containing product, this is a solution ready-made off the shelf for you. And in closing, I know I gave you a lot of information. Hopefully you found some benefit in a few of the examples. And I would like to reiterate that most of the solutions you saw here today, we developed with a customer or with a partner. And that's how we came up with something that's sustainable, that actually has traction in the market space. So we need your input, and we need to work with you in order to create materials that are environmentally friendly for tomorrow. And the applications you saw are just a small piece of what we can offer from Sabic. So what I would challenge you to do is reach out to Emery, who's in the second row here. I'm happy to talk to you while I'm here today. We've got our product marketing director for sustainability's information here. And you can visit sabic-ip.com for more information on our sustainable solutions. So, thank you.